Nick, it seems by all accounts that the Houston Texans, at the very least, kind of are believing in young quarterback Davis Mills. They haven't really made any moves for any other quarterbacks after dishing out Deshaun Watson to the Browns. It seems like for at least this year, they're ready to roll with him. What do you think about all of this?
Yeah, definitely. They moved on from Watson this offseason, got a big haul in the draft, but it doesn't look like they're going to use any of those picks to maybe find another quarterback, at least not this year. According to Ian Rappaport, he says that the team is likely to stick with Davis Mills, who they drafted in the third round last year. Rappaport said they have a quarterback they like in Davis Mills. If he was drafted in the first round, I think people would be talking about Davis Mills differently. I think what the Texans are going to do is build around him. And, I think it's an interesting position the Houston Texans are in because they actually think they may have gotten a little bit of steal out of Davis Mills. Obviously the Texans were terrible last year, but when you look at Davis Mills' numbers, he had the same or very similar completion percentage as Mac Jones, very similar yards per game, very similar touchdown to interception ratio. And everybody loved Mac Jones. Everybody was blown away by Mac Jones, but Davis Mills was playing at that same level. And people forget Davis Mills played the Patriots, that Bill Belichick-led defense, quality defense, threw for over 300 yards, was very productive, probably should have won that game too. So I think Houston feels like they have a lot of potential here with Davis Mills, and it's kind of a high risk, low risk, so to speak, and high reward, right? If he stinks, hey, they got 2 first-round picks next year. If he's great, they lucked into a franchise quarterback.
And that's exactly right. Because here's what I say. When teams say we're building around our young quarterback, you can never go wrong there, okay? You put the pieces in place around a young quarterback, what's the worst that could happen? He stinks, you move on from his rookie contract and draft another quarterback into a team that's already built for success. Like, I don't see that ever being a lose situation. That seems like you said, very low risk, very high reward capability here. So either they build the team around Davis Mills and he becomes a superstar and leads them to a Super Bowl, or he doesn't work out. They have the team built up. They go after a young quarterback in the next year's draft with one of their many, many draft picks that they've secured. And then, hey, they go on from there. Let this guy go around the newly built up team. I mean, what do you think? I don't think building around a young quarterback is ever the wrong move.
No, especially when you look at the position that Houston is in, they find themselves in this year. And John Crumpler, writing for Texans Wire, said that many speculate that Mills would have been the first quarterback off the board in this year's 2022 class had he simply waited another year to declare. There is some questions about the quarterback class this year. So it's not like Houston says, hey, we got to get our guy. It's not like there was just an abundance of top 5 elite quarterback talent that was sitting there for Houston to pick early in the draft. There frankly isn't. Outside of Malik Willis, there really is just a bunch of guys and a lot of question marks. And even Willis has some question marks. And, I went back and I looked up Mills' draft profile from last year. And this is what Pro Football Focus says. Mills possesses prototypical physical skills for the next level, offering outstanding size as well as arm strength. He possesses the ability to throw all the passes and flash dominance at Stanford, but he needs more playing time and a good quarterbacks coach before he's NFL ready. So it looks like they got a guy who has all the physical tools and he just needs playing time. And look, he got some last year. They're in rebuilding mode. He doesn't have a lot of pressure. This is sort of an ideal situation for Houston and Davis Mills.
Yeah, and, they've moved on from Bill O'Brien. They've got a couple. Jack Easterby still might be hanging around the hallways there at Houston, but still. Davis Mills seems like a Jack Easterby kind of guy. Really clean cut, good hard worker. But this seems like you said, just an ideal situation for the Texans. You build up around a young quarterback. Either he's good or he's not. And you have a ton of picks next year. What's the worst that happens? You draft another quarterback, and if he works out, you have a ton of picks next year to build around him even more all around the ball. This seems like the Texans have put themselves in an ideal situation for years to come, and it's about time because they've had some really bad times in the past few years. It's been tough to be a Texas fan. So I'm happy for the Texans. They lost J.J. Watt. They lost Deshaun. There's been a lot of controversy around the team. Lost DeAndre Hopkins. But hey, things are starting to look up. So here's to you, Texans. Congratulations.